Hi and welcome to another episode of Mr. Puzzle. Today we will have a look at the Hanayama cast donuts puzzle built by Hanayama out of metal as usual for them. Comes in this nice box here, and on the rear side we see that in assembled condition we have this condition, and in this assembled condition we have 4 single parts, and the job is as usual to disassemble all parts and assemble them again. The rating is 4 out of maximum of 6 stars, so it should be challenging but not too difficult actually. When looking at the puzzle itself, you will see that there are 2 rings with different colors. One is silver, one is, let's say, gray, and the silver one can be separated in, or over the whole circumference it's constantly made out of 2 halves, and the gray one is made out of 2 halves for about 180 degrees, and on the other 180 degrees is the part made of 2 solid pieces. Okay, so one solid piece is connected to the upper half, one is connected to the lower half. Okay. So when we first step to solve this is we move the silver ring to the solid area of the gray one. If you do so, we will be able to separate the parts a little bit, and while moving this here on the lower side we will be able to separate it completely. Find the right position and separate it completely. The next step is to get these 2 here out of the silver one, and this is not just possible by pulling it out. As you can see, there's an undercut between the gray parts and the silver parts, or the diameter of the silver parts, so you will not be able to separate it. What we need to do is we fix the lower part of the silver one with our fingers, and we start to twist the upper half until we hit a hard stop. And there are 2 hard stops. So one is if we rotate in this direction counterclockwise, it will reach a hard stop, and if we rotate clockwise it will also reach a hard stop about here. When we are in this position, reaching the hard stop, we will move the 2 halves, the 2 gray pieces, that this edge here is perpendicular to this edge. It's very important. And on the other side the same, that the upper edge here is perpendicular to this one. That means in this condition we could pull the parts apart if the middle rings would shift. Now they are at the hard stop. What we do now is we twist about the upper ring about 90 degrees clockwise and try to pull, and you will see now here the ring wants to separate, and we can also see the separating direction. Now we're not exactly in the separating direction. What we do now is we twist the ring, or the gray rings, exactly in the direction the 2 silver parts will want to separate, keeping this edge and this edge perpendicular to the ring. And now we just proceed and twist a little bit further, only the upper half, and when you hit the right spot you will see all parts will separate and fall apart. And that's it basically. So if you do the steps in the right order, it can be done very fast and easy, but to find them is not so easy, you can believe me. So here you can see the mechanic of the 2 silver parts. So to assemble them again, we place these 2 pins beside each other, which give it then this nice shifting feature. We keep these 2 parts in slightly shifted condition, and now starting to assemble these here like this. Yeah, So you cannot just put it in, you need to, let's say, rotate it a little bit to get it in. But we will not move this one already in the starting condition, the silver ones. We will keep it like this, that's very important. And we need on the other side, on the opposite side, for example this one, at the same time. That's very important. So, and what's also important is that we do it in the same orientation as this side. Yeah? So means like this, not like this. Okay, even if it can be assembled like this, we need to do it in the same side, since we later will move around and then we in the right orientation. So we will assemble this one at the same time, close the silver ring, and now it's also important to twist it again, that it cannot shift apart, because otherwise the parts will fall apart faster than you think. And then we just need to get these two sides here aligned, which can be done like this, and then we can close it. And we did it, yeah! So this is my solution for this kind of puzzle. I think the difficulty rating of 4 out of 6 stars is okay, yeah. But I think also for some people it can be really, especially if they're not experienced with this kind of puzzles, it can be very hard to do. Anyway, I think it's okay. If you like this video, please give me a like, or even better, subscribe this channel, and stay tuned for further solutions.